Hey everybody on YouTube, anybody that watches this or whoever has a glance at it. I'm Biggie the really rubbish non-busking busker and I just wanted to introduce you to a guitar that I am looking after for a friend called John, and it is an Antoria guitar. Beautiful thing. Don't know if that's in focus. And I'm going to zoom in. You can see how brown and the glue's all gone a bit funny in those inlays. How small them frets are. Let me just get that. How thin them threads are, look. And you won't be able to see the body warping or anything, but it is. There's a few loose braces inside. I've had a little look. But isn't she lovely? Oh, nearly lost it. I absolutely adore this guitar, and there's a reason for that. Just going to try and show you how lovely the back looks on it. Got like a laminated mahogany, and it's ever so well made, you know. And I'll tell you why it's well made. It's got a nice spruce top that's gone really dark with age. And I don't know if you can see it, doesn't show up on here, but the binding, it's absolutely like smoker's yellow, if you know what I mean. You know, like pub white walls. Pubs used to get them smoke yellow walls. It's like that. Beautiful age. And that's because when we were boys, this is my mate's guitar. When we were boys, 14, this is what he played on. And I think he got it second hand. And this, I'm nearly 60 now, just touching that way on. And so this guitar has got to be about 50-year-old. And it is showing its age. And it's all the better for it. It sounds lovely. It's, despite, you know, those faults on here, it's got low action. It plays lovely. You have to dig in a bit because of the low frets, but hey. It's not that though, because I played this when I was 14, and John used to play mine because mine had an action an inch high, and it was that's my capo falling. It was hard to play, and he can play out. He's always been sort of naturally talented, but worked at it all his life, whereas, you know, I sort of got fed up with guitar, especially didn't have out good to play. And it was many years later I got back into it. Many years later I got myself a nice guitar, and anyway, I'm looking after this for John until he wants it back. And but the memories it evoked when he passed it into my hand, absolutely breathtaking. It just, when you've played something at an age, and I yearned for this guitar back then, you know, it was a dream guitar for me, this, and to play it now, still a dream guitar, you know. A 50-year-old dream guitar that sounds better now than it ever did then, even, I think. Well, it would do if John played it anyway. But yeah, no, I just wanted to show you my Antoria, or John's Antoria that I'm looking after, and it'll always be his, even though he's gifted it to me, told me it's yours. It's not mine, it's his, and he can have it back whenever he wants. Because I think, like I did once with the guitar, I said I bought a nice guitar. I part exchanged it, and as soon as I shook the man's hand, I regretted it. Went back a week later and he'd given it to his brother who didn't want to sell it. And so I said to John, you might regret it, you might want it back one day, you know. Even if you just hang it on your wall or something, you know, it's your first proper, this was his first proper gigging guitar. We used to gig with this. We used to go out and do little pubs and clubs here and there. Grimsby, Laceby, Cleethorpes, I think. And group dwellings, you know. Mum worked in a group dwelling, so we used to do a few little songs for them. Get paid in tea and biscuits, I think. That's what it was. And he was always the talent. I was just the guy with a few vocals and a little bit of, you know, sort of basic strumming in the background, because that was my limit and still is really. But yeah, he used to do all the, but I loved it, you know, and it gave me a love of, it boosted my love of music. It broadened my horizons to lots of music, because I was very much an Elvis only person in them days due to my sister's influence and my family. It was just Elvis or nobody else really, and then I got into sort of Queen, and that was it. That was it for me. And then John sort of had all this other music then, but then you start listening to his music and you think, wow, now we're talking like Clapton, Eagles. They're not so much me, are they? But you know, so he helped broaden my interest in music, and then as you meet other people in life, your interest gets broadened even more, doesn't it? And the more people you meet, the more music you're introduced to, the more music you listen to, the more music, you know, you're introduced to. So it goes on like that. But this guitar, played it when I was 14, and I'm touching 60, and I absolutely love the memories this has brought back to me. You know, every time I look at it, it just shoots me back mostly to my mum. Really good memories, you know, playing in front of my mum, her partner at the time, George, taking the mick out of us both. John getting a bit cross with him, me giggling a little bit. You know, brilliant memories, you know. He was a pain in the backside, by the way. Not John, George. But, you know, it was all good fun. Yeah, good memories. He gave me a love of guitar, that's for sure. And I've tried ever since to persevere to no end, no avail. You know, I'll always be rubbish, but I'll always love it. Do you get that? That's it from me. This is me, and I say my Antoria because he's, you know, he's giving it to me, but it's his. He can have this back any time he likes. It's his guitar. There you go. 50-year-old bridge. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but the bridge is slightly lifting up at the back. I have put some humidifiers in it just to try and bring that top down, and it is working, so that might help that a little bit. And but for it's the memories. As soon as I pick it up and put it in my hand, I just get transported back, and that's what I wanted to show you. This Antoria that belongs to my mate John. Sorry for boring you about a guitar, but I really do like it. Anyway, take care all. Bye.